Hey everybody, one of the Don't Look Back episode. Today we're taking a look at part 2 of Death on the Line. The first someone I've painted up for Don't Look Back. This is the sort of, let's say, leathery faced expansion. Now, if you caught the previous episode, you'll know that the gang is in serious trouble. They've woken up after some fell victim, some are passed out or knocked out by Willy or severely injured in a room full of hanging, swinging meat corpses. Max did not survive, but everybody else fell victim to terror, and that means that we'll have a potential 5 characters to show up in this house of horrors out in the woods, and we have to try and escape and last until at least turn 8. If we do so, we win. Otherwise, the sort of like the, I guess, the authorities don't arrive in time. Ranger Sandy doesn't show up to the rescue, and the teams are all going to be, I guess, food for Willy. Food for Willy! So we'll show you the table, we'll show you the mission, we'll get this underway. So this is it, Death on the Line, mission 2, the last stop. Inspiration is survive at all costs. So this is the second half, of course. The first one we played 2 weeks ago, which is across the tracks. We have Boxcar Willy here, who's dragged the poor teenagers back using, I guess, Holden's truck to his cabin or his old ramshackle farmhouse here in the woods. It is, of course, you can see bloody fingerprints on all the windows. Things are not very nice inside. And everyone starts unarmed and unequipped. No items. So, as only 3 survived, Max the Abs was brutally slain with a chainsaw. We're going to pick a additional random character to be our survivor that was already there and kidnapped. Maybe it's who they were looking for. Is it Ranger Sandy or is it Seth? The survey says it's Nerdy Seth Newton. All the characters begin in a room in the house, and Boxcar Willy begins in a room adjacent. So Willy's in here, I don't know, polishing his chainsaw. Seth and friends manage to move this armor out of the way. They wake up in this abattoir of horrors and have to survive until turn 8, and at least one of them has to make it out of the house. The rules: all exterior doors and windows of the building are reinforced to keep the meat in. Breaking down an exterior door or window with the kick it in actions, then with a -10 modifier. Abducted characters cannot use their starting weapons or items. Gruesome implements: when a character searches the area, all rolls for weapons are on the melee table. And then Boxcar Willy, he's never removed from the table when a character falls victim. He's never sated. Slow and steady. Boxcar Willy does not add the additional inches to his movement for the terror points on the characters he targets with his MO. And then Master the Chainsaw, add 2 to the critical range for Boxcar Willy's attacks. Same theme killer as before. Boxcar Willy, MO direct, so he starts 6 inches away. And his first move is 2d10, pick the highest. Visage is mutilated, so he has 10 wounds. When he's driven off, everybody removes an additional terror point because he's so horrifying. Special actions: when he takes injuries, reduce it by 2 to a minimum of 1. So he's almost impossible to kill. And then traits: armed and dangerous. He does an additional damage to all his attacks. And violent: everybody within that gets damaged by him gets bleed. I might have those backwards, but it's those 2 things. All right, so we got Seth Newton for some light here. Holden without his shotgun. Denise, and I'll take the second floor off here just so we can see into it better for a second. And we start with the fright phase. There are no fright tokens, or terror tokens, which means one automatically spawns in quadrants B and C. They don't move that way. This guy, however, will. Here's the noise of these guys waking up and breaking loose their bonds, and rolls D10, goes 8. Oh my god. Now he's never slowed by doors, so he just crashes through them. So 2, 4, 6. And he goes crashing into Denise with his chainsaw. Well, this could be bad. So, makes a swing. Needs his 15 or less to hit. Ha! Hits! And so Denise takes 4 damage, and everybody else takes 2. Holden, I think he might be far enough away that he's not in the blast zone. Oh no, he's in 2. Everybody takes 2, and everyone's bleeding. Alright, good start. You're doing great, guys. Character phase. Well, Seth, I think, is going to go last here. I think we're going to start with Alice. She's going to go 5 and head down here. Then she's going to move 5 and move... Sorry, it should be like this, I think. Move to the edge, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and be on the stairs. She'll encourage, I guess, Holden. Then we'll go with Denise. She's gonna just stumble away, trying to fall down on 8 or less. She's okay, so she doesn't take any extra damage. And then that's it. Your breath. So she's gonna remove 2 damage. Sorry, Alice takes the damage because she's still bleeding. Let's go with Holden. He's going to patch up Denise, get rid of her bleeding. And 2 damage, so she's fully healed. I'm gonna make a search action, search the area at +3. He passes his test because he's awareness 8. Didn't even need the help. We roll a d5 because it's going to be a melee weapon automatically. 2. So it's a knife. It matters for damage, but at least we're not unarmed now. So he has a knife. Okay. Then it's Seth's turn. He doesn't have his light, which makes him basically useless. So I think we just try and have Alice be the final girl. We're going to walk over here. And we are going to take some healing on Holden. So he goes to fully heal. And then Seth, and we'll stay over here, I guess, to do it. And then Seth will take 3 damage. Great. You gotta get away, Alice. You gotta go call for help. We're gonna hold him off. Turn 2. So do we roll for tokens? Nope. Actually, yes, we do. This one, because I think it's on a 10 plus, then on a 6 plus. So this one moves 6 inches towards Alice. Heading over here. Then this one does the same and goes through walls, which ends up behind her. Because it's not slowed by train or anything like that. It's Willy. You have no idea how much it's taken for me to not just do the Groundskeeper Willy voice this entire series the whole time. Willy did it. He's going 9. Heading towards Denise again. Megan stabs on a 15. Gets the 15. And then does 4 damage to her and bleed. And 2 damage to Holden and bleed. Wild swings. Alright, Denise, you gotta break this door down. This is only combat 8. Which means this won't be fantastic. She's going to get a terror from being next to that token. She's going to wind up, head over to this door, and try and kick it open. Minus 10 to the test, but she's plus 4, so 12 minus 10 is a 2 or less. Nope, she's on it futilely, but she can at least concentrate next turn to do this. Alright, we're going to, I guess, Seth? No, we'll go with Holden first. Patch up on Seth to remove that bleeding. He's going to patch up on Denise to remove that bleeding. He's going to take a damage. That's going to go. He's going to patch up on Holden to get rid of his bleeding and 2 damage. He's going to start boogieing and be like, one of us must escape. He's going to go 3 just to stay outside of 2 of this guy. You don't want to get flailed. It's Denise. She's going to stumble away. She's going to make an awareness check. She takes a damage. And she's knocked down. And so she spends her extra action standing up. Okay, new turn, turn 3. Rolling for fright tokens. We do. So for this one over here, 6. It moves 6 towards Alice. The other one goes away. Okay. Boxcar Willy rolls a 10. But what we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to use Denise's ability, Debutante. When she's mace counter with the killer, Denise may switch places with any male character in her awareness. She's going to go BAMF! And have Seth take it instead. Seth, come over here. Hey! She'll just switch spots with him. Seth gets annihilated on a 13, hits him. So he takes 4 and goes to 5 damage. And he's bleeding. And then Holden takes 2 more and is also bleeding again. Looking great. Alright. Denise is getting out of here. She's going to go 4 to here. Gonna go 1 to the top stair, and then 2, 3, 4 to here. Holden's gonna go. Yeah, we'll go with Seth. He's gonna stumble away based on his awareness. His awareness is 13. Fails, so he falls down, has to stand up at the end of it. Extra damage to 6. Oh my god, he'll die. Holden's gonna go. He's gonna patch up on Seth, so he at least doesn't die from the next attack. He's gonna book 4 over to this corner. Just chainsawing. Alright, so then it's Alice. She's got to concentrate, try and kick this door down. She's plus 3 the test now, so now it's on a 5 or less instead of on a 2 or less. No. And she also gains 1 terror. Or sorry, 1 terror actually for being next to that terror point. Turn 4. Oh god, we're halfway through. Do we roll for tokens? We don't this turn. Weird. Plus, that one just stays where it is. Alright, does Seth buy it? Goes 5. Gets into melee. He stabs. 18, he misses somehow. Convenient for Seth. Well, Holden's gonna go then. Gonna walk 4 to top step, and then 4 and just be next to Denise on this stair. He's gonna go. She's gonna patch up on Holden, get rid of his bleeding. Alice took another damage from being bleeding this whole time. Denise will go stand next to her. So next to the door. Seth's just gonna try and fall back, 13 or less. He rolls a 10, doesn't trip this time. So he'll fall back to there. And then he's just gonna I guess take a breath, Got a 2. All right, come on, Alice, you gotta break this door down. Concentrate, 5 or less. 5 or less. 7, no. And she takes another point of damage and another tear. She's at 5 and 2. Willy is just chasing stuff around this room to the Benny Hill music right now. It's terrible. We're on turn 5. So do we roll for tokens? We roll 4, yes we do. So this one right here, it's gonna just, it's here. Become enraged or stalking. 5. Goes on a 1 to 5 now because he's not injured. That'll be fine. Moves into Seth. Oh yeah, he does. And on a 1 to 5 now, he does 8 points of damage and just cleaves Seth. 19. No, he just does a nothing. Really misses again. He's too freaked out. Right, Holden, he's gonna take a walk over here, and then he's gonna patch up Alice, get rid of her bleeding and 2 damage. This is gonna go. She's going to concentrate and try and kick the door in. She needs a combat of 5. Oh no, she can't even do it. She's just gonna patch up. She'll take a breather actually and go to 1. Go encourage Alice, so she's +3. Then Alice goes, she's concentrating and encouraged. So with concentrate, she is +3. With encourage, she's +3. So she's on a combat of, Alice is a 8, goes to 14, minus 12. Sorry, 8, and it's +4 to kick in. So it's 18 minus 10, 8 or less. You know what, we'll spend a luck point. We only have 1, 8 or less. Oh, I gotta go. All 3 of them are trying to kick this door in now. It's going very poorly. 6, 2, 1, goes away. 2 new ones appear. Oh, and sorry, we should have tears on all these guys. Just on Denise and Alice, because they started within 4 inches of it. So guy goes 1, gets into Seth. Seth is attacked on a 15. 4, it hits him. Oh my god, I think this is the chainsaw moment. Add 2 to the critical range of Boxcar Willy's attacks. No, he's fine. Seth's gonna take 4 damage and go to 6 and be bleeding again. Might be the end of Seth. Alright. Speaking of which, does he manage to stumble back? 10. His awareness is 13, so he does. And he'll just take a breather. He's down to 4 injuries. Alright, so the order here is going to be important. We are going to encourage Holden with Denise for free. Then she's going to concentrate and try and knock this door down herself on a 5 or less. Her last chance. She does! She kicks it in. Bam! Good job, Alice. You finally got it. And that was her. She encouraged, she concentrated, and then kicked it in. So now we can have Holden go. He's going to run 4. And he's just going to run 4 again, I think. And be like, get to the truck! Or get away from the fear markers. Denise is going to go. Same thing. 4 and then 4. It's turn 7. All right. Fear tokens first. We're rolling automatically now. So this one, 7's going to go 6 inches towards Denise. This one over here, 6. Heads up to here. Willy, he goes this 1 inch. Sure does. And attacks. Here, last on old Seth. 20, he misses. I think we might actually get away. All right, everybody's just going to run. We're going to go 4 and 4. Like so. Roll a jump scare. What happens? 6 on the shoulder. Just teleports Holden over. Holden's just going to go run to this corner. By himself. Also just going to go 10. This plus 2. Stay away from the area train. Seth will try and break away. 13 or less. 8, he does it. And then your friends have gotten out. He hears the door crash. He only moves 3 though. That's why he was the sacrificial nerd. Turn 8. It might be the end of old Seth, but we've managed to get the main cast away. So roll for our tokens. This one over here. 3, it goes away. Steps. 5, it moves 6 towards Alice. Actually, it would be towards Seth. It goes right here. Willy, where are you going? Don't roll a 1. No, Willy's still chasing Seth. 15 or less. Oh, how many times is he gonna miss? This is insane. Manages to escape, and I guess it's, does he break away? Makes his 13 or less test. No, he fails. So does he stumble? Yes, he does. Takes the damage. He should have 2. He should be at 6, 7. Because of the 2 bleeds. 8 from the damage, or from this further bleed. 9 from having stumbled. So he's at 1 health left. It's up as his second action because he fell prone. With Willy upstairs, and he also gets a terror point, sorry, because that terror point was there. So he goes to 1 terror with 9 damage. And the main cast just starts to take off. So we're going to go with Denise. She's just going to move. See if she jump scares. 3 light tokens and then 10 for Alice, but we'll just use Holden to cancel the jump scare. Game, we managed to make it away, but unfortunately next turn, you know what, we'll see what happens in the 9th turn to old Seth. For that terror token, it moves towards him, and then Willy, how far does he go? He goes 2, which is enough, and then 15 exactly, kills him. So Seth becomes food on turn 9, but the main cast gets away, and the B actor, unfortunately, is stuck in the House of Horrors. So there you go, the end of Death on the Line. 3 of the teens managing to escape, but of course, poor Seth being butchered into, you know, Boxcar Willy hamburger food. There's not a lot of meat in these gym mats, is what he says. There's some really good writing in this one. I like the fact that the difficulty in mission 1 is cranked to 11. It kind of gives you the sort of like story drive to push into the next mission where everyone starts abducted and inside sort of like the abattoir of this guy. And I wasn't expecting that. I didn't read mission 2 on purpose. I just played through mission 1. I'd recommend whenever you get any of these box sets, you do the same thing. Kind of save the narrative elements for yourself. I would just look maybe at the picture of the card to kind of get an idea what terrain you need, but don't actually read like the details, because I was surprised and sort of like excited by the fact that even though I lost the first mission, the second mission narratively like drove right into it, and all the kids wake up with none of their items, basically trapped in this like meat locker of an old farmhouse. It was very, very cool. And then it of course led to a cool end where the B-list character that shows up and is already in there and has already been kidnapped that they were looking for buys it, and the main cast gets away. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you for more Don't Look Back in the future. Till then, I'm Ash. Okay. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look to the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My 2 kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continuing to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.